Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solutions. Today we will be taking topic about functional testing, UAT, and providing user manual. So if you are new to this channel and you are watching this video, so what we are doing right now is migration from QuickBooks to NetSuite application. So first of all, we will be taking why we are migrating it from QuickBooks to NetSuite. So let's take an example that imagine we have been using QuickBooks for years now, and it served us so many good things in our business, and as we are growing, we have our needs in our business, so we are now started facing challenges with scalability, reporting, and complex financials. So we have heard about NetSuite from our colleagues or from advertisement or from social media. So it tells us about how it can provide a more powerful integrated solution for our evolving business. But here's the catch: to move forward with NetSuite, we need to bring all our existing data from QuickBooks, like customers, vendors, financial transactions, into the new system without losing any crucial information. So that is when the data migration thing comes in. So what is the purpose for migration is to ensure a smooth, seamless transition to a more robust ERP system while maintaining the integrity, accuracy, and continuity of our business operations. So data migration is the process of transferring all the essential business information that lives in QuickBooks, such as customer details, transactions, and financial data, into NetSuite. So think of data migration as packing our old house, which is QuickBooks, into boxes and carefully moving everything over to our new house, which is NetSuite, where we want to make sure nothing important is left behind and everything is perfectly in the new space. So why is data migration is necessary? So it provides us scalability and growth, where as per our business grows, QuickBooks may no longer meet our complex needs. So NetSuite can handle multiple business processes such as accounting, inventory, and customer relationship management all in one platform. It streamlines the operation, where in NetSuite we get a unified system that integrates various functions like finance, sales, and supply chain, eliminating the need for disparate systems and manual processes. Third, why it is necessary is for advanced reporting and analytics, where NetSuite offers us powerful reporting tools that allow for real-time insights into our business performance. For migrating our data, we ensure that we can take full advantage of these features, then avoiding data loss. So it means migrating data ensures that all our historical data, such as invoices, payments, and financial transactions, remain intact and accessible in the new system also. So for conclusion, by migrating our data from QuickBooks to NetSuite, we are setting up our business for long-term run, and NetSuite offers us better scalability, robust features, and the ability to integrate every part of our business into one streamlined system. So data migration is the bridge that helps us to get there without losing any valuable information. So in our previous learnings, we have, I hope this introduction about why we are moving from QuickBooks to NetSuite helps you. Then coming to our previous session's learning, we understood what are the data master data and what is the uploading of open transactions and historical data. So I will take around 2 to 5 minutes for reiterating the same. So starting with the data migration execution. So data migration execution from QuickBooks to NetSuite, we will be understanding that the execution phase of data migration from QuickBooks to NetSuite involves systematically transferring, validating and reconciling data to ensure a smooth transition. So below we will be understanding the structured approach to the same. First comes our pre-migration preparation, where there is first it comes business requirements. So all stakeholders agree on data scope and mapping. Then data is cleansed, which means duplicate, incorrect or irrelevant data is cleaned in QuickBooks. Then comes our backup. So a full backup of QuickBooks data is taken for reference. Then comes our sandbox testing, so where initial migration is tested in a NetSuite sandbox. Then comes our next step is data extraction, where extracting relevant data from QuickBooks using QuickBooks report, which means CSV or exports, Excel exports. Then APIs for automated extraction of large databases. Then third-party ETL tools, where Celigo, Delbumi, FarApps, etc. are there, from which we can extract data. Then common data to extract from master data. So we will be extracting customers, vendors, start of accounts, items like that. Then comes our transactional data, where we will be extracting open invoices, bills, journal entries, open sales orders, open purchase orders from the application. Then historical data, if it is required by us or our business, and then we will be transferring. So closed transactions and payment history we will be extracting from QuickBooks. Then comes our data transformation and mapping. So first comes our field mapping, where it will align QuickBooks fields with NetSuite fields. Then we will be formatting data, which means we will be adjusting date formats, account numbers and other values to fit NetSuite requirements. Then comes our entity mapping, where we will ensure GL accounts, tax codes and classifications are mapped correctly. Lastly, currency conversion is there. So if multi-currency is enabled in our NetSuite application, so it will ensure exchange rates are correctly mapped to it. Then comes our data loading into NetSuite, where first comes our manual imports, where it takes CSV import tool, which is suitable for small data sets. Then comes our suite script, where custom scripts from large or complex data imports are there. Then comes our Suite Cloud tools, which means Suite Talk means web services, Suite Flow, which is workflow, and Suite Analytics. Lastly, third-party connectors, which means Celigo, Boomi or MuleSoft for automated migration is done. Then comes our data validation and reconciliation, where data checks comes, where we will be ensuring data completeness and correctness post migration. Then comes our trial balances and reports, where we will be validating NetSuite trial balances against QuickBooks reports. Third is exception handling, so we will be identifying and correcting missing or mismatched records. Lastly, we will be testing our data with the stakeholders, which means users testing will be done. So end users validate transactions, reports and workflows in NetSuite. Then comes our post migration activities, where first we will be training our users, where we will ensure end users are comfortable with NetSuite. Then go live support is there, where we will monitor performance, fix issues and provide immediate support. Then parallel run if required, So we will run QuickBooks alongside NetSuite for validation before decommissioning QuickBooks. Then we will be archiving all old data, where legacy store data of QuickBooks are stored for compliance and audit purposes. Then key challenges and mitigation comes. So challenge we are facing is data format inconsistency. So mitigation is pre-migration data cleansing and mapping is done. If challenge occurs for transaction duplication, then we will be using unique identifiers and reconcile trial balances for the same. Then if challenge comes for missing records, so we will be performing test runs and fix errors before final migration. Then if challenge occurs like for integration issues, then we will be using third-party tools for smoother API based migration. Then comes our uploading master data, which means customers, vendors, items. So first of all, we will be uploading master data for customers, vendors and items. So master data, it includes foundational records such as customers, vendors, items that are essential for our day-to-day operations in NetSuite. So steps involved in customers, we will be first importing active customer records including company name, contact details, addresses and payment terms. Then in vendors, we will be uploading vendor information such as company name, billing details, checks information and bank accounts. Third, we will be uploading master data of items, where we will be importing inventory and non-inventory items including descriptions, prices and stock levels. Then steps for these uploading master data is, first we will be using NetSuite CSV import tool to upload master data. Then we will be mapping fields from QuickBooks to the corresponding fields in NetSuite to ensure data accuracy. And then for large data sets, we will be considering breaking the data into smaller chunks to simplify this import process. Then comes our uploading open transaction and historical data. So first is open transaction. So these transactions are which are still open and need to be migrated for ongoing business operations. For example, including open sales orders, purchase orders and unpaid invoices. So it includes export open transactions from QuickBooks and ensuring they are in the correct format for NetSuite. Then we will be uploading open transactions into NetSuite using the appropriate import templates for each transaction type. Then historical data, where this refers to past financial transactions such as invoices, payments and journal entries for the same, where it is necessary for accurate reporting and continuity. So in historical financial data, it ensures that financial reports in NetSuite reflect past transactions accurately, and exporting historical data from QuickBooks validate for completeness and importing it into NetSuite using CSV files or integration tools. So steps involved in uploading open transaction and historical data for the same is, first we will be ensuring that correct dates, amounts and linked data is done, where it means payment details for invoices are accurately imported or not. And then we will be maintaining consistency by mapping QuickBooks transaction types to NetSuite equivalents. Then we will be validating imported data. So validation is a critical step to ensure that all data has been correctly imported with no discrepancies between QuickBooks and NetSuite. Initial check is performing spot checks on imported data to confirm that customer, vendor and item records are accurate. Then transaction verification, where we will be reviewing open transaction and historical data to ensure they match in both systems. Reconcile balances such as accounts receivables and accounts payable with the original source data from QuickBooks. Then comes our test reports, where we generate financial reports, for example profit and loss, balance sheet in NetSuite, and compare them to reports from QuickBooks to confirm accuracy for the same. Then comes our data integrity, where we ensure that all related data such as linked payments or orders are correctly mapped and displayed in the system. Steps involved is we will be conducting end-to-end testing by running specific use cases, for example creating a sales order in NetSuite, linking payments and comparing results to QuickBooks, then making adjustments as necessary if discrepancies are found. Then we will be engaging stakeholders, for example finance team, to review the accuracy of financial data post migration. So by following these steps, we can ensure a successful data migration from QuickBooks to NetSuite, which ensures both our master data and transactional data are accurately moved and validated for smooth operations. Then comes our customization and scripting in NetSuite, where we will be understanding what is SuiteScript. So SuiteScript is NetSuite JavaScript based scripting language that allows us to customize and automate processes within the NetSuite platform. So the purpose is to provide flexibility to tailor NetSuite to specific business needs, automate tasks, integrate with external system, and enhancing user interaction. SuiteScript types, first is SuiteScript 1.0, which means it was the older version, where it provides a server-side scripting environment for working with records and business logic. And SuiteScript 2.0, which is modern modular version of SuiteScript that allows us more efficient development, better scalability, and easier debugging. So the usage of SuiteScript 1.0 or 2.0 is used to customizing workflows, creating custom pages, adding buttons, handling events like form submission, or integrating external systems is the usage of SuiteScript. Then comes creating custom fields, records, and workflows field. So first of all, we will be understanding custom fields. So in custom fields, these are the fields added to existing records. For example, customer, sales order, where we will be capturing specific data that NetSuite does not provide by default, and the steps involved in creating custom fields and records and workflows. So there we will be customizing fields for customers, sales orders which we are preparing or we are migrating from QuickBooks to NetSuite. So first of all, we will be navigating to customization, which I previously explained that to. Then list, records, and fields will be navigated in NetSuite application only, where we will be selecting the record type, for example customer invoice details, and we will be defining the custom fields, for example preferred payment method. So we will be setting field properties like type, visibility, and behavior, for example mandatory or optional for the same. So we can create custom fields in NetSuite. Then comes our custom records. So custom records allow us to create new types of data that doesn't exist in NetSuite by default. So the steps involved in custom records. So first of all, we will be navigating to customization in NetSuite. Then under customization tab, we will be finding list, records, and field option, where we will be selecting record and types. So there we can create a new record type, for example project management or project milestones, and define custom fields and relationship for the same. Then creating custom fields, records, and workflows. So custom workflows, these are visual process automations that define how data moves or changes within NetSuite based on triggers, conditions, and actions. Is done. So for this we will be navigating to customization. Under customization we will be finding workflow option. Under workflow there is a workflows option. It is provided in NetSuite just to creating workflows that can automate our tasks like sending approval requests, updating fields, or creating a records based on user actions. For example, when a sales order is approved, updating the shipping status. Then it also defines triggers. For example, if a record creation is done or updated, and if there's any condition when a field value is set to approved or not approved, and actions like sending an email or updating a field for the same. Then comes our designing dashboards and save searches. Previously I explained in NetSuite application also, and we have discussed in our previous session that dashboards are customizable real-time view of key metrics, reports, and data in one place only. And dashboards help us decision making, monitor business performance, and access critical information at a glance. And we can change our dashboard as per our conveniency. So for steps, we will be navigating to customization. Under customization we will be going to center and then dashboard only. There we can create a custom dashboard by adding various portlets such as KPIs we want to see or calendars we want to see in our page whenever we log in our NetSuite application. We want to see our reports, charts, and our sales and save searches that are relevant to specific user role or business needs. And we can customize the layout and filters to ensure that users see the most important data for their role. So in dashboard we can set layouts like if we want to see full page or we want to see 3 columns in our dashboard, or only left column will be there and the page will be separated, or there will be a column for the same. We can customize it on our own. Then comes our save searches. So save searches allows us to users to query NetSuite data with and display results in a tailored format. So steps is again reporting option. Reporting tab will be there in NetSuite where we will be selecting save searches, and there we will be clicking on all save searches. So for save searches we can create a save searches for specific data. For example, we are creating save searches for open sales orders by customer. Then we will be defining filters over there like a date range, order status, and then we will be choosing which fields to display in the results option. For example, let's suppose customer name and order date should be displayed in the results option. So we filter that out. Then we used save searches to drive data visibility in dashboards, reports, or email alerts. So by leveraging these suite script, custom field records, workflows, dashboards, and save searches, we can now tailor NetSuite to fit our exact business requirements, which automate routine tasks and provide our team with real-time actionable insights. So this ensures that NetSuite is not just a generic ERP system but a personalized tool that optimizes businesses process and drive efficiency across our organization. So starting with today's agenda, so here we will be firstly doing functional testing, then user acceptance testing, and we will be providing user manuals and documentation. How can we create that, and what are the steps involved in that? So starting with functional testing for QuickBooks to NetSuite data migration. So functional testing ensures that the system operates according to business requirements by verifying each module functionality Also, it covers workflows, transactions, reports, and system configuration also. So key aspects of functional testing is we will be validating workflows, where we ensures workflows trigger correctly based on conditions. We will verify approvals, notification, and transaction function as expected, and we will be testing for exception and error handling. Then testing transaction, where we will validate creation, approval, and posting of transaction, for example invoices, purchase order, like that. Then we will be ensuring correct GL impact and financial postings. Then comes our safe searches and reports, where we will be confirming that search filters return accurate reports, and we will validate the summary, calculation, and formatting in reports. Then comes our forms and custom fields, where it ensures custom fields capture data correctly, and it validates field level permissions and restriction for the same. Then comes our user roles and permissions, where there will be a verification that users have appropriate access to functions and data or not. Then test rule based security compliance will be there. Then integration testing, where we will be ensuring seamless data flow between NetSuite and other integrated system, for example CRM, which is customer relationship management, and payroll. Lastly, error handling and exceptional scenarios, where we will test for invalid inputs and system responses to ensure robustness. So functional testing ensures a smooth NetSuite implementation by detecting and resolving issues early, improving system reliability and user satisfaction for the same. Then comes our functional testing for end-to-end implementation, where we will be validating workflows. So workflows in NetSuite automates business process by triggering specific actions based on predefined conditions. So in functional and testing, it ensures that workflows trigger correctly based on set criteria. For example, if there is any approval process is done or notification should be sent, so trigger will be correctly made. Then we will be executing all steps in sequence as expected by the stakeholder of our business, and then we will be handling exceptions and errors appropriately, and after that we will maintain data integrity and updating records correctly for the same. Then after validating workflows, we come to our validating safe searches. So safe searches in NetSuite helps retrieving and analyzing data dynamically. Testing which ensures that safe searches are displaying accurate and relevant results based on applied filters and criteria, as we discussed in our previous session also about safe searches. And we include or exclude records correctly as per business logic, and then we will be performing calculation and aggregation correctly, and then we will be executing efficiently without performance issues. Then comes our most important thing, which is user acceptance testing, UAT, where firstly we will be conducting UAT session with end users. So UAT involves real users testing the system to ensure it meets business requirements before going live. So key steps included in user acceptance testing are: it provides training and test scenarios to end users, and it allows users to perform real world tasks within the system only, and it also monitors and document any issues or derivations from expected behavior. Then there is a gathering feedback and implementing necessary changes by stakeholder if there's any. So we will collect our users feedback on system usability, functionality and performance. Then we will prioritize the issues based on criticality and business and impact. Then we will collaborate with developers to implement fixes and improvements. Then we will be conducting reiterating and retesting to validate that changes resolve reported issues. So after successful UAT, it ensures the system is fully functional, user friendly and aligned with business needs before deployment. Then comes our providing user manuals and documentation, where user manuals and documentation which are essential for guiding end users in understanding and efficiently using the system. They should be clear, structured and easy to follow. So it means like if we are providing details or steps to our stakeholders that these steps are involved in making BRD, FDD or our technical document or mapping sheet, so they will be clear about what need to be done or what has done, and they have all the written documentation with them. So documentation format comes with title page, where there is the name of the document, system name and version and date is present. Then table of content, where there is an organized section for easy navigation is provided. Then introduction, why we have made an documentation for the same. It will mention overview of the system, also its purpose and the intended audience it is focusing on. Then comes our getting started, where basic system setup, login instruction and user roles will be specified. Then system features and functions, where we will be guiding them step by step by giving them instructions on key functionalities. And after that, workflows and processes, which mean we will be giving explanation of business workflows and their automation. Then comes our safe searches and reports, where we will be guiding on how to create, use and customize safe searches and reports. Then FAQs and troubleshooting, so we will be answering common issues and their resolution to the end user. Then glossary and appendix, so we will be highlighting key terms and additional references if there's any. So starting with our documentation, if we want to create a document, UAT document, if we are creating or providing to our end user, so I have provided it here. So before going to our UAT scripting, we should see our technical documentation I have created for COA, and like that only we can create it for customers, items, vendors. Like this we can create technical document for the same. So here the title of the document is there, then company, then which our business name, then contents, where there is introduction. Introduction consists of purpose of document, use of this document, what purpose we are serving for creating of this document is listed. Then we will be listing of activities or business logic. Then when we do this practice is mentioned here, then why automatic process required for the same. Then log file generation is there, what configurations are needed to make this process work, and system configuration, where we will be mentioning operating system which we are using and hardware requirements and browsers we are using while preparing our documentation. Then comes our document control, where revision history is mentioned. Whenever we have a meeting with our stakeholders, then we will be mentioning date and name of the person and designation. If there is any changes need to be done. For that only we will fill this table. Then comes our reviewer, which I already explained previously, that reviewers are those person who reviews our document. So we will be mentioning date, name and designation of the person who is reviewing our document. Then approval from stakeholders, if we got approval, then we will be mentioning that particular date and name of the stakeholder and designation he is having. Then comes our introduction. So we are preparing for chart of accounts. So we will be outlining the technical process and details for migrating chart of accounts data from QuickBooks to NetSuite. So it serves as a guide for executing a seamless, accurate and efficient data migration process while ensuring minimal disruption to business operation. Then purpose of document is to provide a comprehensive framework for migrating COA data from QuickBooks to NetSuite. Then we will be defining the business logic, activities and configuration necessary for accurate data transfer. And then we will be highlighting the importance of automation and validation during the migration process. What is the use of this document is audience. We are targeting audience, application and scope. So audience for data migration specialist, NetSuite consultants and finance team is involved in this documentation. Then application used as reference to ensure alignment between the source system, which is QuickBooks, and the target system, which is NetSuite for COA data. And what scope it covers technical and functional aspects, including field mappings, automation tools and post-migration validation. Then what purpose we are serving is standardization, scalability and operations efficiency. So while migrating COA, what technicalities we have done, so for that only we are making technical documentation. So task 1 for us is to migrate 2 records of COA from QuickBooks to NetSuite. So steps and hurdles and process for the same is first we have to download the CSV file from the SharePoint, which is external staging area, to our laptop, which is internal staging area. So process is first I had downloaded Excel sheet of COA from QB. So what I received from QB is I received CSV format files related to COA. The number of files I received is 1 and format is CSV. I have mentioned all these things clearly for the stakeholder. Then what hurdles and challenges I found. So there are many blank columns, C column A, B, D, F, H, etc. in below image. I have provided the image also for the reference. Then we remove the unnecessary rows, cells, columns and from the CSV sheet. So from the raw data of QuickBooks we got our this kind of data where there's a blank space in between. So how did I resolve the issue? So below other step will be automated using macro at the time of bulk migration. So we remove the empty column cells. Now the refined Excel sheets look like this as shown above. So we have removed all the blank spaces from this sheet. Then we examine the headers of NetSuite and QuickBooks. So first of all I accepted the headers of NetSuite vendor records. After that I map the headers. It looks like this. So this is the source headers and this is the target headers. So this is what we received, and after mapping we have done this particular mapping. Then we have replaced the headers of target ERP with source ERP, which will be automated. So since only 2 records are to be migrated, so we had done it manually, but in case of thousands of records we can make it automatically using Excel macro technique. Then after changing the headers, the file looks like this. So account type, currency, balance, total and description, account number. We will be mentioning all the headers which we have mapped. Then in chart of accounts, this it is not necessary for balance total, so we can remove it also.
Then we have uploaded the CSV file and then resolved the errors during the upload. So iterations done during the upload is 4. So these many times we got errors, and after third uploading stage, in our fourth imported, we got 2 of 2 records imported successfully. So changes done in the field value like USD, QB and US dollar in Analysts. So what we have changed in NetSuite, so because of that only we got 3 times error. So in QB there's USD, and in our NetSuite it takes only US dollars. So that was the error. Then after that we provided steps that we finally uploaded 2 records successfully. Then we validated the uploaded data with the source system data or the files downloaded from the staging area like this. Then from QB above, these are the QB data and this is the NetSuite COA which is uploaded. Then finally the data is matched and migration is successful. This process we have done migration, and we have discussed about the data migration process flow of tasks also, where we will be downloading staging files from staging area. Is data sufficient? Then we will be creating data file clean and massaged, making it meaningful and error free. Like this we have created data migration stepwise. Then list of activities we have done is data extraction, then field mapping, then data transformation, then validation is done, then data is loaded in NetSuite, then reconciliation is done whether QuickBooks data match with NetSuite, then testing is done. So business logic is parent-child relationship must be preserved during migration. Account types in QuickBooks must align with NetSuite predefined account types. Then inactive accounts in QuickBooks should be marked as inactive in NetSuite unless otherwise specified. Then source to target system mapping process, where source system vendor detail, source to target mapping, staging area to target mapping, and then target mapping. This can be done for vendors, customers, items, journal entries. So first, whatever the data sheets, what is the process we have mentioned that first whatever the data sheets that we receive from client, we store them into a staging area, and then we copy that data sheet into some other folder, and then we perform the data massaging operation on that sheet. So there will be no tampering on the original sheet. Then as a result we receive a new output file, and then newly created output file is kept into the staging area, and from here we will put all the files and upload it to the target system. For example, vendor detail sheets or customer detail sheets or CO detail sheets. So when we do this practice during system migration projects, when transitioning from QuickBooks to NetSuite, we can do this practice, and as a part of NetSuite implementation process to ensure accurate financial setup. And when restructuring or consolidation of the chart of accounts for reporting standardization is done, then we will be doing this practice. Why automatic process is required? For efficiency, accuracy, accurate data mapping, and scalability and audit trail. Then we have provided manual versus automation process. So this is the manual process which takes a lot of steps to be done. In automation, data sheet downloaded from the source data, so then we need to click one button in the Excel sheet, and then a sheet is ready to upload. Then we can upload the sheet. So log file generation, where there is purpose of logs to track the migration process and capture errors or warnings if there's any. Then we provide a reference for troubleshooting and audit purposes. What details are in logs? Timestamp of migration activity, recording IDs and details of successfully migrated data accounts, and error messages for failed records with reason. For example, missing fields if there's any, and invalid data is there. Then configuration needed in QuickBooks, exporting COA in a supported format, for example CSV or Excel. And then we will be cleaning up inactive or redundant accounts if there is any. Then in NetSuite, accounting preference will be changed. Then CSV import configuration should be changed. Then access roles and permissions should be changed. Validation rules will be done, and then sandbox testing environment is checked. System configuration for operating system, we are using Windows 7 or 8 or 10. Total number of license from NetSuite as per requirement. Python should be installed in the laptop. Also hardware we mention all the features of our laptop or PC we are using. Then browsers we are using for getting our data. Then reference link I have provided here for the migration of COA, which we have done here. So I have provided links so that stakeholder, if want to see in NetSuite that they are actually uploaded or not, he can click on this particular link and it will go to that particular COA only. And this is our last page where we have provided contact us an email and by post, and we have created our ending statement also. So this is how we make an technical document for the same. Then if we want to see migration, so these are the same. Then if we want to provide details to our end users about the steps we taken in unit test case scripting, and we have provided pictorial thing also. So for that we have provided login page and navigation page, and also we have provided company information. If they want to see fiscal calendars, we can provide steps for the same. Then chart of accounts, then currency, how can we make a new currency, and items we have provided, journal ledger, also vendors we have provided, customers, how to make customers in NetSuite, and trial balance, how to check trial balance once we have uploaded in NetSuite QuickBooks data, and balance sheet, where to find balance sheet, and then if we are importing CSV records in NetSuite, so we have to go to a setup option. Under setup we will be getting import or export option. Under that we have to click on import CSV records. So if we are importing CSV files of COA, so we have to click on accounting. Then in accounting we have to go to our chart of accounts. Then we will be mapping file like this. Then we will be removing blank spaces with the help of these two tabs. Then these blank columns will be removed. Then once the blank rows and blank columns will be removed, then we have to press the other button that will arrange the values according to the target system. Then comes our this particular data arrangement we need for NetSuite, and then we will be, if we want to upload journal, we can select this particular thing. Then we have to click on a selection of CSV file, then clicking on next. Then we have to give name to the particular import option for our future reference. Then we click on save and run. Then it will be showing us importing job status. So if there's any errors, so it will provide us 0 or 4 records imported successfully. Then we have to click on CSV response to understand what is the error. So it will look like this. it will be downloaded in our Chrome browser. Then it will show us the errors of subsidiary. So if there is any subsidiary not available in NetSuite, so it will take us to that. Once all the things is done, this is what our record will look like after uploading. So this is the import successful for the same. Then comes our if UAT script user wants, so we have created the same for them. So we have created a unit test case script for our business, and we have provided all the things, where we have provided table of contents, where introduction to UAT is done, company information, fiscal calendar, all the steps are provided here. So introduction, why we are doing UAT. So for if we want to make company information, so we have to go to setup, company information. What we will see, details like company name, address, phone numbers and logo. So it will look like this. Then fiscal calendars, if we want to upload, so we have to navigate to setup, accounting, manage accounting periods. What we will see, a list of accounting periods and fiscal years. Click on any period for details. So we have provided setup, accounting and manage accounting period, and the page will look like this. Then chart of accounts, if we want to upload, so we have to navigate to list, accounting, chart of accounts. So what we will see, a categorized list of all accounts used in our business, such as assets, liabilities and expenses. For that list, accounting and accounts. Then this is the page of chart of accounts. For currency, we will be navigating to setup. Under setup, we will be going to accounting. Under accounting, we will be going to our currency. So what we will be seeing, a list of currencies used in our system, including exchange rates. For example, list accounting currencies, this is the currency page will look like. Customers, for the same list, relationship and customer. What we will see, a list of clients. Clicking on any customer to view purchase history, invoice and contact detail, we can see that. So for that list, relationships and customers, then customer page will be opening. Then general ledger navigation, so go to transactions, financial, make and journal entries list. Then what we will see, a list of journal entries. Clicking on any entry to view details. Then this will be journal. Like this, we can upload vendors, items in NetSuite and customers. Then trial balance, how can we view that? We can go to our reports. Under financial, we can get trial balance. This is the trial balance page. Then balance sheet, where we can find out, and whatever we have migrated from QuickBooks, it will be shown here. Then if we want to prepare our CSV file, so we make sure our CSV is saved in comma separated values, and we ensure the column headers match the fields in NetSuite. For example, customer name, email, phone number, and we avoid special characters and keep the data clean. Then we navigate to import assistant. This we have provided all the steps so that the end user get a scripting, and also the steps where he can where she or he can get all the information for the same. So in summary, a successful NetSuite implementation requires through functional testing, user acceptance testing, and well-structured user documentation, which ensures that workflows, searches, transaction, and integration function as expected, minimizes errors, and enhances efficiency. So UAT plays a crucial role in validating the system from an end user perspective, ensuring it aligns with business needs. Additionally, providing clear user manuals and documentation which empowers users to navigate the system effectively, which reduces reliance on support also. So by following these best practices, businesses can achieve a seamless NetSuite implementation, driving productivity and long-term success. So thank you all for joining this session on NetSuite implementation best practices. I hope this discussion provided valuable insights into functional testing, UAT, and documentation. If you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask me. Looking forward to helping you make the most of your NetSuite journey.